Okay, and so hey YouTube, it's Darkbyte here, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys about some basic increment operators. Now you guys might be wondering, what the hell's an increment operator? An increment operator basically lets you do maths and stuff really quick. Maths again. But basically maths is really important in programming, so you guys got to know it. So here we go. So I'm going to make this int, and I'm going to call it Doge. Alright, so I'm going to call it my Doge Dope Scope, because that's a cool name for a integer. So, you know what? We're going to go, and we're going to go Doge. We're going to set this to 42069. Alright. So we're going to go Doge Scope, Doge Dope Scope. Doge Dope Scope. It's hard to type. I could just make it DDS, but I really can't be bothered. So, plus equals 10. Now what does plus equals do? Basically, it's the same as adding on 10. So instead of having to go Doge Dope Scope is equal to Doge Dope Scope plus 10, we can make it into a much shorter thing like this. Now say we just want to add 1 to it. Now actually, yeah, I'm going to show you. Yeah, that can be done with times, divide, and even modulus. Modulus equals, times equals, divide equals, plus equals, any of those, minus equals, yeah. So, yeah, what else? So, say I just want to add 1 onto it really quick. I can just do that. Doge scope, Doge dope scope, plus plus. And I can do it minus minus, times times doesn't work, because there's no point in it, because what would you times it by? Now, there's some other maths methods that I'm going to show you. There's an entire class to do with maths in Java. And what this is it's the math class. It's math dot, and you get all this stuff like pi, abs, async, cos, floor, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to show you some of these very common ones. So I'm going to change this to a double now, because a lot of these use doubles and floats. So I'm going to go math dot pow. I'm going to go Doge Dope Scope is equal to math.pow, and I'm going to go, so this makes to the power of. So what I'm going to do is I am going to make this equal to the power of, I'm going to make this equal to 2 to the 11. So this is 2 to the power of 11 is equal to the 2 to the power of 11. So if I run this now, and wait, I'm just going to sys out Doge Dope Scope. Wait, I'm gonna go the Doge Dope Scopes value is, and then plus. There we go. Alright then. So if we run this now, the Doge Dope Scopes value is, and then I'm gonna run this, is 2048. So that's correct. Alright, so now what? What other ones are there? Because we've learned about how to power stuff. So we can find out the square root of stuff. Square root math.square root Doge Dope Scope. There we go. Alright, so now if you run this, we'll find out the square root, which is 205.107 blah 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 blah. This big number. Okay, so we've figured out powers and square roots, so, you know, what else? Because that's all we've done. So let's look at the other math methods and see what we can do. So let's see. So we can copy signs. I'm not sure how you would do that one because I haven't actually used that one myself very much. Alright, so we can find out, we can find random numbers. So you know what, let's do this. Let's run it and see what comes out. 0.21466, a load of numbers. So it's coming out with random decimal values that are under 0. Alright, so we figured out how to do that. What else can we do? Alright, so we can work with seal, which basically rounds it up to the top. So you know what, if we set this to 3, let's see what happens now. So, you know what, yeah, you can run these by the way anyway, so you can just go math.seal Doge Dope Scope. Doge Dope Scope. So if you can run that, do that, and then print it out. 42069.3. So we're gonna go Doge dope scope, because that just figures out the value is equal to math.ceil. So now it's equal to something. So now let's see what happens. 42070. So it'll always round up. That's what that method does. So if we did math.floor, I'm pretty sure you can tell what's going to happen. So if we set this to 7 now, as the equivalent, it'll go down to 6.9, as you can see. So it'll always go down, even if it's supposed to round up. Now, if we want to round it evenly, now we can go math.round, and it'll round it up or down, depending. So obviously now, and if we turn it back to 3, it'll round down again. See, there's just some pretty helpful math methods. There's like stuff like 2 radians and everything. 2 radians, that'll convert numbers to radians and all that. But we don't want to be doing any of that, because as you can see, it's going to give us some stuff that, you know, we're not going to be using for now. That stuff's all for maths and geometry and all that. There's all sorts that you can use for games and all sorts, but we're not going to be using any of that for now. So, you know, we learned the basicest math we learned some really basic math methods that help us out with some basic ass tasks like rounding and powers and square roots. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I will see you guys next time.